Okay, so we'll just talk about bridging again. In terms of Wing Chun is a close range system. We want to be in the short bridge. We do have long bridge techniques and they're very important. Some people, recently I've been watching a lot of stuff and people talk about, oh, on the outside you need to use boxing. Well, Wing Chun is a boxing system, so we use Wing Chun on the outside, and Wing Chun will bridge to get into the inside. So that's the whole point of your second form, third form training. Wing Chun is a boxing system, so we don't want to revert to using Western boxing. Well, there's nothing wrong with Western boxing, but we already have a system that we're using, so we use our own system. So we're on the outside here, Dale has his hands out, he's got a longer reach than me. If I'm trying to bridge in and I'm walking into him, I'm going to get nailed, right? So I can't walk in straight at him. So sometimes a straight line isn't the quickest route in because the straight line is occupied, or the straight line might not be a good area for me to attack, right? So I need to bridge that position. I need to bridge that position safely, get to my medium range, then to my close range, right? Okay. Chi Sao, we're always working in the medium range, and you're coming in to the close range. Once you're in the close range and you have control of your opponent, that's what you're looking for. The reason we want to get in this close is because I want to suffocate him. So when I get this close, he wants to get out of that position. So as he tries to pull out, he's going to a medium position, but his defense is down, and I can strike and control, right? So your Chi Sao should be like a bubble that expands and contracts between long, medium, and close range all the time. I watch a lot of Chi Sao, and it's always in the medium range, and all the attacks are in medium range. Everything stays in medium range, right? And then people do drills where someone strikes them and the person will walk out into long range and back into medium range and strike from medium range. For me, that's not realistic for a fight. The fight will clash a lot of times because the person's going to come in striking, they're going to clash up, or if you don't clash up, you need to be covering and hitting. So some people say, oh, this is where you should use tand arm, packed arm and stuff. They're techniques that teach you about the position of attack and how you're going to get in, how you're going to control. But in a real fight, it's a little bit more messy than that, right? So out here, we're looking to get in. I'm trying to find that way in. I'm looking to find a safe bridge. So I'm looking for a line of attack. I don't want to just attack a position that's open. Even if this was open and I attack the position, he can cut on top with this hand. You're going to punch that one, just punch over me. He can just punch over me, right? So when I punch him here, I see an opening, he just punches over me. Okay, so that straight line might not be the best way in. So sometimes, someone's asked me why do my guys sometimes cover? Because sometimes you have to counter strike someone with longer arms, right? Let them punch first, and then you can counter off their punches. So if he throws a haymaker from here, I might cover and I'm going to come in because that line of attack is open nice and safely. And you'll see this in Chi Sao. Here, my palm strike is a good way in, but maybe he does a jump out and he controls it, and he punches here. So now I'm in trouble, right? So sometimes with a guy with long arms, I will open him up a little bit. And it looks like I'm going a long way around, but I open up the fence out and I'll strike. Okay? Because I pushed his arm out and come in. So instead of just normally going straight, sometimes I'll go around and come in. Now I control his structure, I can bring his head to a good position for me to strike. So the range it's very important that you get in the habit of working from your medium range, always trying to come into your close range, suffocate them. When you suffocate them, they'll try to pull away. Now he's in that striking range, where you've got maximum power, but he's off balance. He's not in defense. Because if we both feel like this in Chi Sao, we're neutral. And that's the whole point of being neutral in Chi Sao, is because you're working for that neutral point. But my whole goal is to break that neutral point and take control of it. Once I take control of that neutral point, that's where my attacks are going to be, right? And then for my maximal power, I really want him to try and get away from me. He gets away from me. Now I've got a good striking power for him to strike. But he's in a defensive environment. He's tried to get away. That's a good time for me to attack. If Dale's in an offensive environment, he's ready, it's not a good time for me to attack. Because whatever I'm going to do, he's going to try and counter. So once we do get that bridge, you get that clash, and you get in tight, the idea is to control his balance, control his structure, and then you can strike, and if he pulls away from me, then that gives me more of a maximum strike. Okay? So the hard part is that bridge. The hard part is being from a long bridge to a medium to a close bridge, right? Medium is alright because we have bridge contact. Close is alright because that's where we're highly skilled. The hard bit is getting from here to here. Now, the beginner's way to train that is to start off with your Chi Sao and go from Chi Sao to Go Sao, right? So from here, I'll strike, and whenever I get distance, I'll try to push and come off that bridge, right? So every time I pull him in, now he's in my range. Every time I strike, he goes back instead, and I'm going to bridge and come in. Okay? So you get used to feeling. So if Dale hits me, I go back. As soon as I fall back, there's a bridge. Boom. And come in a punch. That's it. So from here, go back, kick, look for your strike, come in and punch. My tummy come. That's it. So you push me back, boom, strike, boom, and strike. Right? So again, so you don't have to kick, but we usually kick because if you come back here, you're kicking range. So there's an availability to kick, I'll kick, and I'll bridge, or I'll push them back, I might just come back here with a strike and come in, okay? But what we're doing is we're getting used to rolling. Our main goal is to get in close, okay? If the person goes back, then we'll chase it and control the bridge and get into that close range and suffocate it. So if you get used to doing that expand and contract from medium range to close range, from medium range to long range, back into medium range, back into close range. Some people don't accept that this is close range. They think this is close. This is not close. Right? This is not close because we're both even here. Right? Close range is when you're in close, tight. That's Wing Chun's real range. I don't have maximum power, but I have good striking power here. I can control his balance. And as he pulls away from that, that's my maximal power. Right? That's what I'm going to unload. Right? So try to work with 3 ranges, and that will give you an advantage to understand how you're going to get used to dealing with different lengths of attack, okay, for the beginner's point of view.